Hey everybody, and welcome to a new episode of Hispanic Marketing in 5 minutes with Hop Group. I'm Carolina Fernández, CEO of Hop Group. Great to see you today. And today's episode, I'm going to be dedicating it to sharing some important demographical information about the U.S. Hispanic market. And I'm sure that that information is going to help you start thinking about why investing in Hispanic marketing and the importance and the important opportunities that your brand and your company can have within the U.S. Hispanic market. Again, remember, it's not about taking away all the budget from the total market strategy. It's just thinking about allocating a little bit of that budget to Hispanics because they're a great opportunity for your brand and your company. So let's get started. Let's talk about a little bit about all that we've been hearing about the importance of the population. Right now, there are almost 60 million U.S. Hispanics all throughout the U.S. That's a lot of people. And what this means in terms of percentages, almost 18% of the total U.S. population right now is Hispanic or of Hispanic origin. That's a big percentage. That's something that we cannot ignore and that we have to, as marketers, we have to be aware of. Between 2016 and 2020, almost half of U.S. population growth was because of Hispanics. And later on the episode today, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what's going on with them. Are they young? Are they old? But it's important to be aware that almost half of that population growth between those years was due to Hispanics. And it's actually projected that between 2040 and 2045, they're going to make up almost 80% of the total U.S. population growth. So there's a lot of people out there. There are a lot of Hispanics out there. And it's important that you as with your brand and with your company, you start connecting with them. Now, what's going on with them? Are they old? Are they young? What's going on? Where are the steps to back information up? So here's the thing. They have a younger median age. And in terms of numbers, what this is that Hispanics have a median age of 27 years old right now versus 47 years old of non-Hispanic whites. What does this mean? There's a lot of life to live for Hispanics. The big part is the big group of Hispanics are very young. And if your brand finds a way to connect with them and for them to become loyal to you, there are a lot of years to work with them and to get them to help your company grow. Almost a quarter of the total U.S. population right now between the ages of 6 and 34 are of Hispanic origin. Again, this stat backed up the fact that it's important to start thinking as brands on how to connect with them because if we start a relationship with them, it means for your company and your brand that there are a lot of years to cover with them with this type of market. Now, what's going on with Hispanics with relation to the labor force in the U.S. There's an important stat, which is that between 2010 and 2016, almost 75% of U.S. labor growth was because of Hispanics. And what's going on with this market? Basically, Hispanics are finishing high school, and they're starting college. And that means that they're getting prepared for the future. They want to have better jobs. They want to have better income. And a little stat about this, just so you can have the idea, a comparison point, that 72% of U.S. Hispanics in 2016 finished high school and enrolled in a college versus 69.7% of non-Hispanic whites. There's a couple points of difference, and that makes a lot of difference when we're talking about millions of people within a population. And all this comes together in what? As of now, U.S. Hispanic population is considered to have a purchasing power of $1.7 trillion. That's a lot of money, and that's a big market. Now, the question is your company or your brand already taking a part of that market share. Big brands around the U.S. are already aware of all this information. They're aware of the opportunities that it means for their companies and for their brands. And I want to invite you to think about the opportunity that it can have for your brand and for your company's growth. Well, with that information, our 5 minutes are up now, and I hope to see you next week. If you find this content important, interesting, please feel free to share it throughout your social media channels. Remember, if you want to learn more about Hop Group, visit our website. It's on the screen. It was a pleasure sharing this 5 minutes today with you, and I hope to see you next week in another episode of Hispanic Marketing in 5 minutes with Hop Group. Carolina Fernández, CEO of Hop Group. Ciao.